It's been a long summer. I've literally probably spent the last 3 or 4 hours trying to find new players for the second season, and the budget, mate, I tell you, there's been a lot of ins and a lot of outs. Oi, oi. Let's see who's joined the Mestalla complex. Season 2, baby! Yeah! We're gonna get thumped. That would have been terrible. I literally just did like the starting monologue. Forgot to record. Good thing I remembered, otherwise, yeah, that would have been devastating. Hello all, MikeRo Munch here, and welcome to Season 2 of the Mestalla Complex. As you can tell, things are not too bad financially, for a change. We are back up at £71 million. That is because we just had the TV revenue and new merchandising, everything like that, season tickets, whatever. More importantly, it's because I've had to sell a lot of our players. We had a budget of £3.5 million, remember, so I think I've done quite well, but I'll let you be the judge. Rodrigo has gone to Paris Saint-Germain for £27 million. He had a decent first season for us. Not brilliant, but not great. You can tell that for a striker, 20 goals and 112 appearances for Valencia over 3 or 4 seasons is not really good enough. The second will not come as much surprise, as Simone Zaza has now gone to Roma. We sold him for, I believe it was £24 million to Roma. Had a good season last year, as you can see, 14 goals in 32 appearances. He obviously got a few more in cup competitions as well. On our way to winning the Copa del Rey. I've realised now I can also remove his nickname. He can go back to being Simone Zaza. Statistically very good. He was a good performer for us, but I just needed the money because there are so many more areas that we need to strengthen in. And I do feel that we've compensated quite well in the forward department, but we'll get onto that in a minute. This one really hurt. Tony Lato, or Lato, whichever you prefer, has gone to AS Monaco. I tried to hold him off. We've already lost one world-class defender, or wonder kid, in Jose Gaia. We've lost another one now in Tony Lato. He has gone to Monaco, and it's annoying, but for only £17.5 million. Again, I tried to stave them off for him, but unfortunately he complained. People got upset. I had to let him go. Very, very disappointing. He is now a bit of a nemesis. I feel a bit abandoned by him, in truth. Other notable sales are Santimino, who's gone to Atalanta for £12 million. I think that's a pretty good deal. Orellana's gone to Eibar. Farasato, Tropi, Pena, and Eugenie, all second team players. None of them really came in. We brought in a total of £82 million in transfer selling. Only 30% of that came back to me. 30%, which is, on top of my head, is only about £25 million. So sold for 82. Only gained £25 million back. So that essentially gave us a transfer budget of £28.5 million. Let's see how I've spent it. We'll start with the loanees then. Harry Wilson, we have loaned him in from Liverpool. Young Welsh wizard, very decent player, very great technically, quite good mentally, physically could do a lot improving, but he is only 21. He improved a lot on the old West Ham save, so I thought I'd give him a go. Because he's technically well suited, I think it should be a good match for the Liga, because obviously technical players tend to thrive there a little bit more than they do in England. So he will get some game time. I'm not sure how much, but that's because we've got a shed load of quality everywhere else. Now this name will ring bells to anyone that did watch the Getting Hammered series. If you haven't, go watch it. It's amazing. Andreea Traore. He came in for 1 season and 1 season alone in my West Ham save. Never really got a run in the team, but from what I did see of him, I was impressed. And I thought, you know what, we will give him a run this season. Italian forward, 19 years old, on loan from Inter Milan. We are only paying, I think, about 8k of his wages, so that's the best thing about these loans. I've got them all in dirt cheap. It's magic. Very good physically, nicely well-rounded, solid mentally, great determination at 16. Leadership lacking a little bit, finishing 15. He's pretty decent everywhere else, 13 for heading and for passing. I think he's going to be a pretty decent addition going forward. And the Italian forwards just keep coming. Patrick Cutroni, a player I have wanted to use for ages, never used him on Football Manager, but he's made a good start in our pre-season friendlies. 3 goals in 6 appearances, and it's not too bad. Very well rounded again, very similar to Pinamonti. We may not have better forwards than Zaza, but we have more, and sort of like more of a well-rounded quality. I'm hoping that if I rotate them around enough, or if someone just has a really good season and makes that jump, that we can probably have a really good season. He looks to me like he's going to be our #1 striker at the start of the season. I'm very excited to use him. It's also worth noting that a lot of our players that we did have on loan have now come back, and I've basically not sent them out again. The first of which, and probably the most important one, is João Cancelo. I mentioned at the start of last season, he would be my first choice right back when he came back from on loan at Inter Milan. Kondogbia has gone the other way. I haven't managed to get him back in, but João Cancelo looks absolutely banging. He will be our first team right back. He looks flipping brilliant. He can play at left back as well. Not brilliantly, but I'm going to teach him to play there because after Leto abandoned us, we are a little bit short. Another player I'm happy to have back is Alvaro Morata. He's a very decent midfield option. Can play as pretty much anything, playmaker-wise. Advanced, deep line, roaming, Mestalla. He can play everywhere. Was on loan last year at... Where was he on loan last year? Alaves. Yeah, it was that Alaves last year. He looks very, very solid. Looks a good footballer. He'll get some game time. There'll be a lot of rotation this year with the Champions League. So just the more bodies we could get in, the better. One player I'm definitely happy to have back is Zakaria Bakali. I look at this boy and I think, ooh, I've been missing this. 17 dribbling, 15 first touch, 16 composure, 17 flair, 16 technique, very quick. Oh, he just looks banging. One player I'm not so happy to have back is Nani. I just look at him and I just think he's just not got it anymore. The 20 flair is exciting, 18 dribbling, 17 first touch, but I've never particularly rated him as a player. Physically, he's obviously on the wane considering he's 31 years old now. Apparently, he's still got something off the team. I don't see it myself. We've got a lot of options in the left wing position now. And yeah, I've tried to sell him off. I've even tried offering him out for £4 million, even though he's valued at 6.5. No one will take him. He's on 100k a week and he refuses to get on the phone and call people. Probably because he's on a massive wage packet, which kind of explains why I don't like him. So those guys out of the way, it's time for the actual signings at which I actually spent some money. To be fair, one of my favourite players that I've signed is João Noves, or João Novas. I have no idea how I'm going to say it. I think it might be Noves, or Novice. I have no idea. Like Miami Vice. Looks very, very decent player. Can play anywhere as well. Another one where he can play as a Mestalla. He can play as any of these roles where I need him to be in the midfield. Free kick taking at 16 is exciting. Very solid mentals, absolutely everywhere. Solid physicals and technical. He just looks like a really good addition. He's not going to set the world on fire, but for £1.5 million, that's right. I bought that for £1.5 million, and he's only on 21k a week. Magic. Now this is a guy you will all know. Fernando Llorente. Got him in for £2.7 million. Yes, he's 33. Yes, his physicals are in the toilet. But as a backup option and a bit of a different one as a target man, someone that we can lob it in with the amount of great crossing and free kick takers we have in the team, he is going to be a good option for us when we need to be a bit more physical. Backup player, going to be very option. 50k a week is very expensive, but he hasn't got a very long contract. It is literally for 2 seasons. If he doesn't cut the mustard, I'll probably just cut ties with him next year. But happy to have him here for the time being. Now we get into the sort of, I say, big signings. This guy cost me £10 million, which is pretty much as big as it gets for us. Roman Zobnin. Yes, if you guys watched the World Cup, you will know he was one of the bright sparks for Russia. We brought him in from Spartak Moscow. Very, very decent player. £10 million, like I said. He can play absolutely everywhere, which is something we're really going to need. Physically, a beast. Mentally, excellent, actually, I have to say. Teamwork 18, determination 17, bravery. I've done a lot more to up the mentals in the teams. I think that's where it went wrong last year. Technically, he's not brilliant, I know that, but that's something you can improve on. Mentals is something I think you've kind of naturally got in Football Manager. You either have it or you don't. There's certain things you can teach, but this is brilliant. You can play as any of the roles I need. Carrillo, Mestalla, ball-winning midfielder to rival Francis Coquelin because he's the only one we've got on the team now. Box-to-box midfielder, playmaker, everything. Roman Zobnin, I think, is going to be a massive signing for us. Huge. He needs to be for 64k a week. And there's only one more signing, so I haven't brought that many numbers in. But I have a feeling you're probably either going to love this one or you're going to think I've gone a bit mad. That's right, Jack Grealish. He is going to be wearing the number 7 shirt for us. And on reflection here, he doesn't look brilliant, but 22 years old, he can be anything he wants to. I think this kid has got immense talent. I've seen him play in real life. I really, really rate him very highly. Bought him for £12.5 million, which I don't think is too bad. 28k as well for a weekly wage is not too bad. And there's a lot of things here that we can improve. He just needs a little bit of nurturing, but I think he's going to be a decent addition for us. Again, I've just bought players that can play in multiple positions, and this guy has got that little je ne sais quoi that I think we're going to need. I'm promising you he will come good. Just like I keep promising about Charlie Mulgrew, but I'm excited. I think I've done okay, but I don't know. So you can see now the squad is actually very, very sizable. We have a lot of options to pick from, and we're going to need them because the schedule is quite rapid. If we quickly run through the pre-season, lost the first one at home to AC Milan. It took us a while to get going in terms of getting goals, but when we have, my word. Through to Gijon, Hamburg, we beat Leipzig, Alcoyano, we beat 7-2, we beat AEK 3-0. Those ones you'd expect to win. We have got a Spanish Super Cup, and the first leg is against Real Madrid, which is the one that we will start with today. I'm not really that fussed about winning it, but it'd probably be better to win it than not win it. We'll see how we go. Let's crack on. I haven't actually picked the team yet, but you can tell from our formations that we've got a bit of a selection now. We've got the old 4-1-4-1, which we used towards the tail end of last year. Ball wing midfielder now playing in that kind of defensive midfielder role. Again, fans of the West Ham side will know that we never really use this formation, but it is one that I think could potentially work with the players that we've got. I don't know if I want to try it out against Madrid, but I might do for the second leg depending how badly we get smashed in this one. And of course we have the 5-2-3 with wide players as well. I'm actually going to change those wingers into inside forwards because that is pretty much what we've got now up front. I think we're going to stick with this formation for the time being. So here we go. Let me quickly pick the lineup and then we can crack on. So, lineup for today is going to be Neto in goal, Wendell, Derulo, Garay and Cancelo as the back four. This will probably be our first choice back four, I think, going forward. Why is he... okay, he's better as a wing back, and that's annoying. Zobnin as the ball winning midfielder, Soler in as deep line playmaker. Pereira is a little bit tired, his conditioning is not great, so I'm going to give him a bit of a rest up today. Mazzala is going to be Jack Grealish, who I think can cause a little bit of havoc there in the midfield. Then we have Bakali as the inside forward, Moses Simon, who was voted our player of the season last year by the fans, good man, and they're going to be in support rather of Cutroni up front on his own. On the bench we've got Vidal, Dominic, Kadiri, Mohamed, Novaes, Parejo, Pinamonti and Harry Wilson. It's a pretty decent lineup. We've got a good squad. It may not be, the first team might not be as strong as it was last year, but I think that the actual depth is a lot more. We have a more well-rounded team. Oh god, they're playing their first team lineup, so Casillas in goal, not Navas. Marcelo, Ramos, Varane, Carvalho, Cruz, Casemiro, Modric, Bale, Benzema, Ronaldo. Marvellous. So, away we go. First game of Season 2, Spanish Super Cup. Why do they insist on having these things as two legs? It's just extra fixtures that we just do not need. And Modric is on the break, and apparently he's the... Luka Modric literally just ran past 4 players there. I mean, he's a good player, but I've never seen him do that. But we are on the break here. Simon, he has got pace. Go on, Moses. Keep going where you left off, mate. Moses Simon, front post. Cutroni. Boom! Patrick Cutroni on debut. Yeah. Don't know why I did that. Patrick Cutroni has scored. Great play by Jack Grealish. Moses Simon absolutely rinses Sergio Ramos here. I love that. And Cutroni at the front post. Bang! 1-0. Mwah! No guns. Like literally. Yeah, nothing. We are actually only expected to finish 4th in the league. The essential is to get Champions League football, and I think we can do that again. We were comfortably the 4th best team in the league last year. I anticipate that's the way it's going to be. I just need to keep building the club up financially. If we can keep building the club financially and stop selling our best players or selling them on for big fees, and I can actually get some of the money back, then I can start reinvigorating into the squad, buying the big players or helping develop what we have got there. We have got a lot of really good youngsters in the reserve teams. I'm thinking I'm probably going to bring some of them in this year, especially in the cup games. This year I'm going to go less for the cup, focus more on the league, and I'm going to try and bring those guys up so you can see what they all look like. We've got a few really, really good talents in there, so I'm excited to see if we can give them a go. Jack Grealish has welcomed himself into the Spanish football by getting himself a yellow. Good man, Jack. I have to say, even though it's been a pretty drab game, I'm blooming happy with the way it's going. I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up. Bakali's not been very good, but we'll ease him into it. He's only 22, so we've got a really, really young squad here, and I'm so glad. I completely forgot about the players that we had on loan coming back. It's basically like having 5 new signings, which has made it so much easier this year. And there is a highlight 30 seconds into the second half as Bakali plays as Zobnin. Lovely ball through there. We like that. That was nice and sharp. Cutroni's in around the back. Cutroni? Oh my god, he's magic! He's got 2! Patrick Cutroni, mwah! Is he the new hero of the save? I love it already. Lovely take from Soleil's, played really well. Great ball over the top of Cutroni. Ramos, I love that. Brilliant. Cutroni just made Ramos look like an absolute mug. Gonna take off Bakali because he's not been brilliant. Harry Wilson is going to come on. And I'll swap him and Moses Simon. So we're going to have 2 inside forwards for both. I'm also going to take Jack Grealish off and bring on Novice and see how he gets on in that Mazzala position. Cruz on the ball here. Now, are Madrid going to go through the gears? Great tackle from Derulo. Manages to knock it back to Greely. Nice ball out to Harry Wilson. His first royal touch in a Valencia shirt. What you got, mate? Oh my god, he's literally just skinned them there. Oh, apparently it's an excellent tackle by Carvalho. That's irritating. Or Marcello, rather. Ronaldo. Great save by Neto. Of course it falls to Isco. It wasn't going to fall anywhere else. The way they shift it through there, it's just, oh my god. They literally had about 5 first-time passes in that. The way they just ding, 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 ding all the way through. That's their first highlight and they've had a goal. That's a bit flipping irritating. And the referee blows up. A 2-1 win to start the season. Well, it's the first leg of a cup. We're probably not going to win the second. But I'm going to say passionately, I enjoyed that. Neves and Wilson both came on play at 6.4, so it's not ideal, is it? But who cares? We won. Zidane's angry at losing to me. Ha ha ha! It's because you're mate. It's been a pretty decent start to season 2. I genuinely did not expect that. I never expect to beat Madrid. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have the Super Cup final second leg against Real Madrid. It probably won't be a great watch, but we can try and do our best anyway. Then we'll have the game against Coruña to kick off the domestic season. And I think then that the Champions League draw is in between that Coruña and Real Madrid game, so we can have the Champions League draw and then we don't have to watch Madrid again because I don't want the channel to become oversaturated with them. So I'm hoping that we'll be alright. I have no idea what pot we're going to be in. It's probably going to be pot 3 or 4, which means it's going to be difficult. But I don't anticipate much for the Champions League this year. That is for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you have enjoyed it, then please do like, share and subscribe. It's been a good start to Season 2. Hopefully that will continue. And hopefully you'll be here to watch it. If you have enjoyed it, do like, share and subscribe. And until I see you again, stay cool. Cheers. What's with the pointing?